Is it going?
It is.
All right. So I'm so excited that Adam from Myofit Clinic is here.
I am too.
Yeah, very excited. So I have to ask you, did you see our video where we did somersaults?
I've heard about it, and I
You
heard it was
have.
fantastic and had a lot of likes.
So you have to see it, and then you can tell us what we did and didn't do wrong. So
Okay.
hold on,
All right.
I'll show it to you.
Great.
Did wrong or did right?
Did right.
You just never know what to expect. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's happening? I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Hold on to your hats, folks. I think we're going to get a headstand. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, she's trying again. I'm not sure if this is fashion or Olympics. Nope, it's not Olympics.
What do I do? Well, just do what you did before. Okay, are you ready? Now what? I don't know, I thought your butt was up higher. Ready? Okay, so is this gonna hurt my neck? I don't know. Ready? Okay, I got an idea. Okay, what? Pick my feet up. Okay, wait. I have to take a picture of you first. Okay. Pick my feet up. Okay, very gentle. Ready? This is not working. Okay, now what? Okay. Do you want to do it? I can push you. Is it going to hurt my neck? I don't know. Okay. Hold your arms real straight. How do kids do somersaults? How do you teach a child? Ready? Really? Ready? It's really scary though. Here, I'll go this way. I'll go this way and I'll pull your belt. I don't know. I'm afraid. Okay. All right. So you're going to see if you can do this. I should try. All right. So I don't want you to get hurt. Okay. So if you go down and you feel the fear, don't do it. Because I don't want to be responsible. Cough drop. Sunglasses. Phone. Sunglasses. Well, wait a minute. Turn it on. Why? You took a picture of me. Oh. This is not going to be good. Okay. All right. But this won't be good doing a somersault. So should I tuck it in? Well, I tuck into my pockets. Oh, my keys are in there. That might hurt. I can't see this going well. I think she's going to show me up. I don't know. I think you are. We'll see. I can't believe that I can't do a somersault and I can ride the biggest, baddest roller coasters at Cedar Point. Outride my boys, I can outride. Maybe because, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Do you feel it? I don't feel nothing. The fear? I'm dizzy already. Okay, don't, if you feel the fear, don't do it. Do you want me to push you? I'll push you. I don't know. Okay, what did I tell you? Hold your arms so I don't break my neck. Yep. I think your arms need to be... It's like when we broke our legs, we forgot how to walk. Okay. This is when we need Adam from Myofit. Okay, maybe the squat thing. Right? Yeah, he can show us how to do a somersault. Ready? I can't squat. I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, you did it! Wow! Did the world quit spinning yet? Maybe it's because you did it from this side. Yeah. Maybe I was going downhill. Yeah, maybe it was because you were doing it this way. But seriously, how did you do that? I don't know. Maybe we should hit replay. Replay.
So.
So you saw our somersaults.
Absolutely.
We didn't do too good when we started out, but how did we eventually do?
So, the effort was definitely an A+. Execution was B-.
For both of us?
Well, yeah.
Do you just have to give us the same because you don't want to make one of us feel worse than the other one?
So, I think if in the first attempts, if you gave a little more boost from the behind, that definitely would have nailed it.
Okay.
I think
So I should have pushed her.
harder, yes.
I don't think so.
I think starting up on top and just kind of going into a roll and tuck in would have been easier, versus just trying to put the head, directly into the ground. And,
Doing the headstand. Now here's the kicker. We both used to be cheerleaders.
I can look at the video and see that.
You can see
Absolutely. The technique, the range of motion, the mobility, flexibility is all there. It's just the landing was
just
a little rough.
aged a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, what we really want to do is we have a lot of stuff. We have a sports shelf and we have like a shelf of just random medical items. So we thought you could dig through there and kind of tell us what would be super useful, what you can't live without.
Okay.
So maybe this is a ploy.
Gotcha.
But I wanted to tell him a story too.
Okay, go
So
ahead
I'm
with
going
your
to
story.
interrupt your train of thought because I was going to tell you the story before she turned this on, but since it's on, I might as well tell you the story now.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, you probably gathered that Beth and I get quite a kick out of our videos.
Yes.
Okay.
They're fantastic.
So, people tell us that. So that night after we did the somersault video, I was at home.
Hysterically.
Yeah, and I was up late. I had just finished post, and there was a late night show that comes on because I let the TV play in the background. And this guy was on there, and the late night talk show host was interviewing him. Well, he has a Netflix show he's doing, and he's this big, wrestler guy. And Netflix is going to pay him $1 million to be a stand-up comedian.
Okay.
And he's like, and I'm not a comedian though, but they're going to pay me, so I'm going to do it.
Right on.
So they showed a clip of him being a stand-up comedian. And when they came back from the clip, I'm watching the clip and I'm thinking, well, he wasn't that funny, But when they come back and they show him watching his own clip, he had to take his glasses off, he's wiping his eyes, he's crying, laughing so hard. So I told Beth, is that us? Do we watch our own videos and we laugh so hard, but nobody else, they're the person at home thinking,
What's with these ladies?
what did I
Watching
just
it over and over and
watch?
over, laughing on the floor. When we were doing the video of the somersaults, we were in the backyard doing it. So we're coming walking up and we're straigning our clothes and getting hair out and just cracking up, and the guy's walking through the driveway and I'm like, oh hi!
Normal day here.
Yeah, but really picturing us back in a field behind a truck, getting up, tucking our clothes back in,
And doing
and we're giggling and
somersaults.
laughing, and people are like, yeah. But
Yeah.
anyways, so
Okay.
I kind of felt like that late night guy. And thought,
Absolutely.
we can't be that funny. We probably look like what anyways.
It was amazing. That's all I can say.
That's
Best
all you
somersaults
can
I've ever
say.
seen.
Okay, let's go look at some stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so I already heard you say there's a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about it.
Okay. So all of these things are fairly common to a degree over the past 50 years. Actually, the elevated toilet seat. So perfect for the low toilets back in the day.
Yeah.
When your knees were above your hips sitting down, you couldn't get out after sitting for a while. When your feet go numb, you've been on there too long. This is nice because it's easier to stand up from.
Okay.
So even after a hip replacement, or
Or
you're just
even
tired.
I was talking to you about the RA. There's times I might have needed that.
That's, you just gotta make sure you get a straight
I'm
shot
not
though, because if
joking.
you miss, it's a little challenging. Yeah, foot bath, let them soak. Always feels good. Get rid of those calluses, right? Yeah, this is the posture pump disc hydrator. So yeah, it's a little bit of I probably wouldn't do this myself. It's interesting, but probably not going to do what it says. What it does, probably going to hurt yourself. But interesting concept. What else do you have?
That looks like a yoga
Yeah.
mat.
Right?
Is it?
Along those lines, yeah. So you have a mat and a pillow. So nice to roll out on the go for stretching in the park, on the deck. Use something soft to go on so you don't scrape your knee on the rusty nails. That's a good one. Blood pressure cuff. Right, so it hooks up to an automatic one. So these are nice to check your own blood pressure at home. Just know what the numbers are so you can analyze it so you know where your numbers are at. So below 120 over 80s is perfect. Below 90 milligrams Hg, the bottom number.
I'm 106 over 60.
Like an 18-year-old, it's perfect. Yeah, well, okay. I don't know what that is. Is that a fake ear? Rechargeable. I think a hearing aid, right? Yeah, so a little earpiece, hearing aid. Nice to use, don't become dependent on it, because without it you won't hear anything. What might be a good thing in some certain scenarios.
Yeah, to hear secret conversations.
Exactly.
Yes,
But
when your superhero powers
right?
aren't working correctly.
So if you do have the iPhone, you put it somewhere and you have the earbud, you put that in, you can hear stuff.
Oh, tricky.
Oh,
Right?
I
So
know that.
it's a new thing.
I did that with the baby monitor with my kids. When I needed to know what was going on, I slipped it into their room and they were talking about what happened.
There you go.
And then I said, I believe this is what happened. They're like, how did you know?
Mom. Yeah, a bunch of supports, which is great, for in the office chair to give your back some support if you're sitting there all day. These traction units, not bad. These are definitely old school. The concept is good. Just be careful with how much weight you do with it, but better than a machine doing it that you can't control, so you can control that. Those are nice, very popular years ago, but still have beneficial properties. What else do you guys have?
I think there's even a CPAP machine here somewhere. Now,
Right.
is that something
Yeah,
that you
so-
can use, like someone could get it reprogrammed
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
something?
The always function, plug it in,
Yeah.
it should do its job. It's a matter of getting the mouthpiece to fit, but you can still get those like really
Okay.
cheap, brand new, just to interchange them.
Yeah. And then the paraffin thing.
Yeah, so paraffin's awesome. We use that quite a bit at our clinic, so it's great for
Oh, we're okay.
arthritis in the hands or the feet. So you get that wax, which is really cheap, and you can reuse it. And you just bring it up to a temperature. You just bring your hands in, dip them a few times, kind of like how they make candles.
Okay.
And it coats the hand and all the joints and provides a nice deep warmth. So we'll use that wax, put saran wrap around it, and wrap it in a towel. And you get like half an hour of some nice deep heat. And then you peel it off, which is great for the skin. So the skin gets soft, and you have improved movements of your joints. So it's nice for a lot of hand and foot clients that we use at our office.
And what about this?
Is that Suzanne Summers?
It probably
Thigh
is.
Master?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a nice way just to I think, strain your hip muscles. But,
Strain them? It doesn't help them?
yeah.
That's awesome.
So it works the inner hip muscles, which tend to be tight on a lot of us, and they get overused quite a bit. Really, Suzanne Summers should have done the opposite when you're pulling apart to work these outer hip muscles, because they tend to get weak on us. See people kind of wobbling back and forth because the hip muscles are so weak. Usually these ones get too tight to begin with, so when you start using something like that, it makes
them tighter.
Tighter, yeah, exactly. So this would be more beneficial, I think, for.
So hey,
I would use this for
you
like upper body.
need to get on that then and create something to strengthen the.
Yeah, and
do the opposite.
when you do, we'll
And say you
demonstrate
knew
it
us
And
here.
then we can do a video.
We'll demonstrate
And we'll
it
get out
and
info
we'll
for
promote
show.
it. Yes.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
would
is
do
that
your
good
info.
But this is
Right.
good for upper body. I would use more for upper body than anything. Work in the pecs and pretty much the pecs and the biceps.
Very good.
I remember Mom. I must.
This is G-rated. Stop.
But yeah, no, good for strengthening. Yeah, you do have you have another raised toilet seat.
There, I thought
That's
we
great.
had some feet. Oh, we have some feet.
Oh, there you go. So, if you sprain your ankle and it hurts putting weight on it, the safest thing always to do is kind of immobilize it in the beginning.
Yeah.
But just don't wear it for so long, because you start walking funny, you get uneven, it can cause back and hip pain. But in the early stages, it's nice. Yeah, just slide your foot in, it'll give you some more instant stability and support.
Very good. And did we sell those knee things yet? These were really like something that I thought was spectacular.
I think we might have sold one of them.
Did we?
I think we did.
Okay. Whoops.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
see
you can
it.
get some basic ankle weights, good for strengthening, for the grip strength in the hand,
Okay.
forearm strength. Yeah.
Oh, there's a Bigfoot.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, what
yeah.
is that? Is that a
So
back
this
thing?
is, it's a TSL brace, which is a thoracic lumbosacral brace. So individuals with like mid-back pain.
Okay.
So typically the muscles in the mid-back get overused all the time. So they can do this. This goes in the front part of the chest and gives you some stabilization and keep you in more of a neutral position so you don't overload it too much with bending and flexion, so that keep you in a good positional spot
Very good.
for pain in that. But again, don't overuse it, but nice intermittently when it gets, you get some pain in the backside. But you know, it gotta be fitted right. But the Velcro, they're very customizable.
Oh, and what are these? Are these for push-ups or something?
Yeah, so these are excellent for push-ups. So most individuals will just kind of go on the ground and do them. And then they put their wrists in that full extension, and it really torques up the wrists and gets it tender. So then they say, well, go on your knuckles. So it's always nice to go on your knuckles, the pads, but some people can't tolerate that. You get something like this, it keeps your wrist in a neutral position and it moves with you. So it's a very safe way, functional way that keeps your joints preserved with push-ups.
So would that be good for me and something I could do, or do I need to work up to that?
I think work up to it because it's more mobile, so it takes more effort and strength. So you almost just take like a dumbbell that's static and not moving, and you hold a dumbbell like that, and it keeps your wrist in a nice neutral position. And they actually make push-up bars as well. But this is great even for like an intermediate individual, and it gets you the most bang for the buck because you get some nice rotation that works kind of all the way up and all the muscles in the arm, and it's safe too. Yeah, these are nice.
And what about that?
Yeah, right. So
That's
yeah,
a cool
basic
thing.
down joint knee brace.
That's what I was looking for.
A
Yeah.
dinosaur knee brace.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, so individuals that have what we call like MCL, LCL sprains, so when they get an injury to the inside, outside the knee, these metal bars will help stabilize it. So it gives the individual a bit more protection with movements, and you can lock it at certain points. If they can't bend it all the way, you can keep more of a nice partial range of motion. But it's a great way for anyone who has had old injuries. Get fit with it and put it on for recreational activities to help just kind of protect that joint.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a
Very
great
cool.
brand too.
Yes, so we had somebody actually come in here from our last video coming to see you.
Oh, very good.
And they didn't realize the scope of, because we had discussed the scope of your physical therapy practice isn't just for the broke leg or for
Absolutely.
the broke arm. It
Right.
is for physical conditions
Yeah.
similar to what I have
Absolutely.
is rheumatoid arthritis and what is other ones that I'm not thinking of right now.
Oh gosh, I mean, look at general arthritis, any chronic back pain, ankle pain. I mean, all of those symptoms are there for a while. You know, they don't exactly, most of them happen overnight. So a lot of people think of physical therapy as, you know, oh, after I get hurt or after I have a surgery, they're for that purpose. But a lot of what we see in our practice is that individuals being proactive and looking for that preventive approach and trying to manage it even before it starts limiting them. So you get ahead of the curve. It's
Kind
more,
of like I was talking to you about earlier
Exactly.
about myself with my rheumatoid.
Absolutely. So it's almost like, to an example, like if you hear a car kind of rattling, like, oh, let's keep on going. If you wait until that car stops and you can't go anywhere for days after it, that's challenging. But if you take the time to deal with it right now and get a few hours out of the way, you can drive it for longer. It's not going to break down on you. So always, it's human nature to wait, but always try to get after it early if you can. And in our practice, that's pretty much what we specialize in, educating our clients what they can do to manage it independently, so they don't have to stop what they're doing because of those symptoms.
So there might be somebody out there listening who just heard that.
There you go.
Yep.
And we're in network with all insurances. Most clients don't have to pay anything out of pocket. And it's all one-on-one, and all of our clients learn what to do and how they manage their symptoms independently and move with you the entire way.
Very good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you were here today.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for having
you for
me.
sharing with us again.
Absolutely. It's always
Very
a good time.
So are we going to let him loose now? Poor guy. His wife's probably waiting at home with their
Right,
four
my
kids
poor
for
kids
dinner.
just wait for dad to come home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right. Say hi, honey.
Hey, honey. Hey, kids.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. And I'm going to be honey too.
You're gonna be.
Yes.
That's her grandma name.
That's my
Right.
grandma name.
Yes.
Honey.
Congrats.
Yeah.
soon
So
enough.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
So now we're down to the breakdown of the video because this is called the outfit post of the night. I need to describe my outfit. So this flamingo pink jacket, which I am looking for pink flamingos for my yard. If anybody comes across one, I would love one. But this was a gift given to me by some dear friends, Barb and Denny, and I happened across these perfectly matching pants at the Goodwill, and it was on dollar days. So $1, right? Okay, so then my shirt, I think I have had this for eons. Like, I think this was actually from when I was a teenager, and if I am 51 now, that was a long time ago.
That's great.
And then, of course, belted, right? This also was $1 fine from the Goodwill, and it matches my shirt perfectly and ties it all together. And I think the shoes were gifted to me from my sister, so these are hand-me-downs. So for $2 and a bunch of hand-me-downs and gifts, look how good you can look.
Fantastic.
Right. So what do you think?
I love the flamingos matching with the pants. It's not overdone with the pink. The necklaces really kind of bring it all in. The green and the shoes.
Very
It's
good.
so
Well,
nice.
tell us what you're wearing.
So I have my the standard Myofit apparel office wear. So all custom done. You can't find these in stores. But yeah, I have our Myofit hat and shirts, and it's all dry fit because we're moving around, stretching people, so we can stretch, and the pants won't rip or anything. So we do karate kicks.
Oh,
and
very
it's-
good.
Everything stays nice and neat, wrinkle free, so no ironing. Just put it on and go.
I think I can do that too.
That's impressive.
Hey, I'm still
And
flexible.
a somersault.
Not the somersault. Not so much. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Adam.
absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you.